Greetings, Southern Cameroonians. I hope you can get me. I hope you can hear me very well. Oh, my volume is good. How you all doing? It's been a while, long time. Hi, Square Torah Man. How you all doing? Hope you all are good. How's everyone doing? Thanks. I'm glad to see you all again. Greetings, Robinson. Greetings. Greetings to you all. Many people wish I had gone. Many people knew Prince Jeka is gone. I cannot go, man. I cannot go. I've always told you all, he who has a pure heart fears no evil. I cannot leave the revolution. In this revolution, I'm like a prophet, but I'm not a prophet. The voice of your ancestor, the only day I'll compromise my ancestor is to be compromised. That's why the enemy can never get to me to compromise me. Yeah. The only day I will lose the gift of maybe seeing the future of this revolution is the day that I'll get myself compromised. I look fat. I instead go to the fitness more. Somebody say, we hope you return with love, united, and peace, and one love. There is already unity in the revolution. There is already unity. You know, the one thing about some of Ambazonians, please, as you're joining, let's share, let's build this audience. I want everybody that meets me to be here. The one thing about most Ambazonians is they want people to talk the language they listen, the language that makes them happy. I'm not that activist that talks the language that make people happy. Yeah. I'm not that activist that do the activism that makes people happy. No. Activism is not by pleasing people. Activism is not a love song. Yeah. Activism is telling people the truth. The truth. They have to understand the truth. You see, the one thing I'll tell you all, and I've told all those who follow me, is I'm very happy in this present day, our restoration movement. None of you will blame your ancestors or will blame our forefathers that, oh, nobody never told you anything before. No. My videos and my messages are archives. My videos and my messages. You will never stand tomorrow to say nobody said something. No. I will remain pure in this revolution. I will work hard. I will work hard and I will take care of myself. And that's how I've been. But there's things that I will tell you. Number one, I gave you guys a revelation in 2020. I told you all that many people in the diaspora will be compromised. Some of you don't still understand. You know, ignorance is killing most of Southern Cameroonians. Ignorance. First of all, the first thing about Southern Cameroonians is they take truth for hatred and they don't love themselves. When you correct one person, we are too proud to succeed. That's the truth. We are too proud. Everybody sees himself like a god. Everybody. You see, the Bia syndrome, the francophonic syndrome of leadership has eaten up the mindset of Southern Cameroonians. In the English culture, which you all claim to be from, if you see the leaders of the English culture, they are very humble. They are humble. You see a mayor of London walking on the street. You will see, good evening. You will see the Prime Minister of UK going around greeting people. But in Southern Cameroon, once they give anyone a title, they feel God. The Bia kind of leadership has eaten up your mindset that it has destroyed love. When I talk about you all Southern Cameroonians, you all hate me, but I tell you most the truth. Because just look Nigeria that we were part of. Look the way their leader does there. Look, that man wants to run for president for Nigeria. Please, as you're joining, let's build the audience. Peter Obi. There was a flood in the Benue state. You saw Peter Obi go down there. You don't make speech. But when we come here, we tell you guys the truth. People say, no, you don't like this man. That's why you say this. But the one thing about the bad thing about most of you Southern Cameroonians is you see the handwriting on the wall very clear, but you refuse to accept it. Even when you know that someone, look in this revolution, if they have to say there is an activist that is pure, that his hands is pure in this revolution, that have been saying the truth from day one. You can look from all activists. They will not, you will not say Prince Jeka. Which leader has been in this revolution under this interim government that I, Prince Jeka, have not supported? Which most of you, some even say they gave me money. Which? Is it from from Barrister Bobala? Is it from with Tapang Ivo and Mark Barata? Or is it with Pata Sang? Or is it with Seseko? Or is it with Sako? Which I want to ask most of you. If they have to say somebody is credible, look, if they have to say that somebody who is credible and loyal to a restoration movement, which activist has been? So, but you know the one thing about you all, you don't love yourself. The first problem we have in this revolution is we don't love ourselves. We don't love ourselves in the sense that you cannot differentiate between truth and insult. When somebody corrects you, you don't know how to differentiate it. Like when somebody says this is wrong, you see it as an insult, but which is not. Let me tell you one thing. I was saying last time in the voice of the ancestors, this thing I was saying, talking there to the others. And I said that the problem that Southern Cameroonian has not gone today is pride. We have people who are proud, but they don't have nothing. You see millionaires like Mark Zuckerberg, they own so much billions, but they still behave like normal people. Some of you don't even own nothing. Only the small title and the respect we give to some of you, you feel like you're God. You feel like you're God. You feel like you are God already. The way some of you even talk to some of us young ones, it's so partaking. You will stand, you defend someone, then you call someone to even tell him your point of view. The person will tell you on the phone, I can do without you. Who are you? Ah, my brother. Let me tell you, I said it last time. Look the Francophones. Look the Francophones who want to colonize you all. Since this war started, apart from those seeking political interest in La Republic, have you seen one Francophone youth open the mouth to condemn anything? Even the Samuel Eto'o. They have stayed mute until most of you have started following them. They have stayed mute. That's to tell you that they are born to keep you under slavery. But we Southern Cameroonians, look at us. Most of you are confused. You don't even know to love each other. You don't even know to patronize each other. You don't even know to accept, to even think on what others say. You don't. I love myself through Michael. I love myself a lot. And I'm very happy for the role I play in this restoration movement. I'm very happy. Some say Prince Jake, I'm stupid because I've seen money in the revolution and I've never taken it. Some insult me. But the one grace in my life is, I said it in this revolution that I, Prince, I will not soil my hands. Yeah. Most of you who follow me, do you remember a phone call from one Nigeria girl called Ada? We're doing a live show and this girl called Ada. And she said one thing to most of you. It's just that you guys are always forgetful. She said, in a revolution, people become very rich. There are many people in this revolution, especially the diaspora, that have already collected money. I know their names. They are still part of the revolution. They still talk AMBAZONIA. There are many. I wasn't stupid when I said let power go back to ground zero. I wasn't stupid. And I've sent the message to the restoration fighters. As for diaspora, the only few righteous people in the diaspora now are still AMBAZONIans. There are only few. I still repeat, I said there are only few people. Thank you for that, Brown Dick. There are only few people in this revolution in the diaspora that still talk AMBAZONIA. You know, most of you don't read, you don't look things. There are few people. La Republic has corrupted many. I don't tell you after hatred there, but you watch it. La Republic has corrupted many. I told you guys when we're starting this revolution before that, we fight against great companies. We fight against Shell, against Total, against Perenco, against Texaco. We fight against even the British interests. Did you remember once in this revolution, you heard that the British wanted to buy the offshore gas in Victoria for whether how many billions? There are many interests to fight. I told you guys back in 2021 January that there'll be a time in the revolution that they will give people $1 million, like cash, like nothing. But the one thing about you Southern Cameroonians is you're so stupid. Most of you are very stupid to the fault that you go for what is not even important and forget about what is important. My volume is very okay. My volume is okay. I just added my volume. My volume is good. My volume is good. My volume is okay. I just put my volume up. My volume is at the max. Let me lower it again and put it, but my volume is at the max. My volume is at the max. Those who are saying you cannot get me, I don't understand. My volume is at the max. Maybe you check your phones. I told you guys back in 221. The thing is, most of you, when you look me when I talk, you say, oh, who is that? The notion of you is that you guys like seeing people in the mafia-coded way. You know what's the mafia-coded way? The mafia-coded way is most people have known to see people who are dressed in suits, people who come and talk big English to you, big grammar, then you fall. But I realized that Southern Cameroonians, they don't like people who are humble. That's why I say, first thing first, before you want to liberate yourself, destroy the mentality which the Francophones have put into your brain. If you don't destroy that mentality which the Francophones have put in your brain, you cannot liberate yourself. You all are still psychologically colonized. You have all gone to school, but like I told all my older brothers, like you didn't study the African education. No. Even Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, they all said it. They said if you go to school in the UK, you don't become an African. You become a UK. You think like them. You act like them. You talk like them. If you go to school in America, you are not an African. You think like them. You think like an American. You act like an American. So you cannot stand as somebody from America and you say you want to change Africa. That's why you see most of your brothers from America, they have only been stealing. Most of them, they have only been corrupt. But the one thing of you all is, you claim you go to school, but you don't have no wisdom. You think wisdom is about getting some cram book written by somebody. No, you only get the knowledge of that person because you did not develop your own. You think the Chinese are stupid? You think the Chinese or the Indians are stupid? No. The Chinese don't have Facebook in China. The Chinese don't have Instagram. They created their own Facebook. They created their own Instagram. The same Indian, they use by their culture. But most of you, and then the one thing about most of you is, you don't even tell your people the truth about the life and the way you live in the diaspora. We brandish ourselves with lies and then we show it back to our people. But those of the European and those of the America, when they visit Africa, they take the truth about Africa to their own children. I'll give you one example. Please, this is just introduction before we get to ourselves. I like doing this. So most of you, we first need to mentally enslave ourselves. For example, somebody will be in Europe. You come to Europe. You see, they don't even accept you. They don't even want to integrate with you. They keep they don't even treat you. They don't welcome you. But when you go back home, you tell your brother, oh, yes, I know. You start calling big names. I know this man. Yes, I visit this man. Instead of telling them the truth that these people are not welcome to strangers. And that's the secret of wealth. That's the secret of wealth. Tell the people, go back home and tell your brothers like, oh, please, if you have to do something, these people are not welcome to strangers. So when you see them here, even if you smile with them, be very careful. They only come to take your own knowledge and disappear. They only come to take what they feel we are lacking in and go and tell their children the truth. But you don't tell your brothers. You go back home and you tell them, oh, I work a good job. I live good. Yeah, I was in Michael Jackson this. I was in this, that, and that. No. We need to start learning to tell our people back the truth. There are most of our brothers in the diaspora which are only cleaners. When you start telling your brother the truth, the secret of wealth, let me tell you, the secret of wealth is by learning on how to avoid strangers from exploiting your wealth. Now, greetings, Southern Cameroonians. That was the voice of your ancestors. And that's what I've told the restoration fighters. I've told them if they want Ambazonian to be free, they should not welcome strangers. I've told them, if you want Ambazonian to be free, don't welcome strangers. Where we are, they don't welcome us. Where we are, they don't welcome us. Those people you see when they come back home, you say, oh, you're welcome. They say United. Where you are, when we come here, they don't welcome us. They ask you the day your visa gets expired, they put you in the next plane, they send you back. Because they feel when you come here, you're coming to steal, you're coming to take their own. But most of the things that are here are things which came from Africa. And I told the restoration fighters, I said, don't welcome nobody. Smile with them, show them they're welcome, but learn to preserve your own. Smile with them, but preserve your own. Now, let me go to the matters of the revolution. I've been out for 1 month. I saw Ponilong. Ponilong posted and said, where is the voice of your whatever? Oh, God. You see, one thing about diaspora is I'm no more focused in diaspora politics. I told all of them that they have betrayed ground zero. Diaspora has failed ground zero. And you must not be a president. Let me go to the real thing. You must not own position to push the case of Ambazonia to independence. No. All those who come and lie you most of the time and say, we must have president in the diaspora, we must do this before you become... No, it's a very big lie. Let me tell you, anyone in the diaspora that has Ambazonian at heart can be a diplomat, can take any position. You don't need to become a president to go see your congressperson. You don't need to become a secretary of home affairs or whatever to go see your parliamentarian in your state. You don't need no. Diaspora is not like Cameroon. If you want to see any person, it's just to book an audience or follow protocol. That's just it. If you want to see any person. Now, the mentality which some diasporans are bringing towards ground zero and what they have done towards this war, I will still say it, and I will say it very, very vividly. Diaspora's own rule in a revolution, now for contribute money, matter for pigeon. Now for raise money, send for ground. No restoration fighter, no revolutionarist, don't ever be where she done for Germany, she done for America, she done for Europe, it fights. No. Will be the try for same will get something like that. But at the point we see and say, most of the people were not truthful. Most of them. And at this point for this restoration movement, Southern Cameroonians, most of our leaders, and let me say all the leaders are in jail. All the leaders are in jail. All. Since the Naira 10, they did for jail. Abdul Karim even they act like voice for ground zero. It would for jail. The restoration fighters are down there. Now you get people where they come up for diaspora and they're like, oh, I am this, I am that. I told the Restoration Council when I attended their meeting. I told the Restoration Council one thing. I said, diaspora has failed. Yeah. Diaspora are failed. And the only way diaspora has to do is by giving time. If you want to get somebody who is truthful, there can be a truthful person in this revolution in the diaspora which has leadership. But those people who come up, those people which some of them have been pushed by La Republique, and most of you cannot know. The one thing about politics is, I've told you all, most of my followers, is politics is not about words. Politics is about action. But most of you will not read, and I will not call names now of those who have taken money from La Republique, but there are many like this. And I already know. It was just like the list of the chiefs of those who sided in FACO to stand and take money. Those who sided in FACO to go and become chiefs of villages that did not exist. I got all their names here now. There are many people. I'm not blackmailing nobody. You. I told you all. Look, the one thing about revolution is that most of you follow people who go and come out on Facebook and talk, but you don't follow their action. And I want all of you, and I said, in a revolution, actions are done behind. You only find the person acting in front. Some people come and say, oh, I started business. My business is successful. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I created this, and this is successful. I'm making this. I'm making that. Yeah, they will not tell you that, oh, they will not tell you that, no, that La Republique give them. Nobody will tell you that La Republique gave him money. No. If La Republique visits someone, yeah, and gives money, if you Ambazonians are not smart to watch the person's action, you will be gone forever. Because the conversation between the person and La Republique will end only with the wife in the bedroom. And if the money is too big that maybe the wife wants to play or anything, maybe if he can decide on whatever to do with the wife. Maybe divorce. But if you Ambazonians don't follow his political actions, that's why I've told you all, that in a revolution it's about action. It's not about words. It's not about those who come and tell you this and that. No. Now, let me touch the Canada before I come to whoever they are talking about, diaspora, what. The Canada is the stuff that was happening in Canada or whatever. I've been hearing people said Marietta went to Canada and whatever she did there. Now, this is to be very, very clear to you. As of now, in this restoration movement, Marietta is the caretaker of this revolution. I will say it very clear to you. Marietta is the interim. Whatever the Restoration Council was not fully constructed to hold any elections before they elected Chris Anum. FACO did not vote. Mbui did not vote. Ndian did not vote. So who voted Chris Anum? When I say the truth, people are angry. I've always asked the Restoration Council, bring the list of those who made Chris Anum president. And that's why we failed, because the revolution in Southern Cameroon, while our brothers are dying back home, you all are doing friendship in the diaspora. You are doing man, no man. You go, she don't, a man be nice man, let me call. No, you cannot stand. Most of you, the one thing I hate you all is, you don't value the blood of your people. You don't value the blood of your people. You don't. We all claim to pretend to love Ambazonia, but you're all hypocrites. Because if you truly value the blood of people, you will stand in front and tell this person that, no, my brother, this is not right, this is this. If truly you value the blood of Ambazonians. Because let's be real. We said this revolution is to speak the voice of Ambazonia, not your personal opinion, not your personal view. If we wanted our personal opinions, then all of us should be fighting for political position. Let's be real. This revolution is to fight for who? This revolution is to fight for ground zero, our suffering people. Then why do you put your own personal interest ahead? Let's be clear. We all claim, the thing about it here, most of you, and that's why you see I refused. I said Sako will be the last. Sako will be the last person I gave my support in diaspora. Sako will be the last. I will never. Better they do all that their nonsense. The only people I will support in this revolution is the restoration fighters on the ground. I'm just praying God helps me let everything come back together. I'm going to start doing my small thing I can, gather the small one I can gather, and I send. That's the role of diasporans that they need to do. Kwame Nkrumah did not sit in Belgium or did not sit in Germany. He did not sit anywhere to fight for liberation struggle in his land. Kwame Nkrumah went back on the ground. If we want to start talking, we have gone for 2 dialogues, 2 to talk, and La République walked out. 2. Do you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why we have gone for 2 and they have walked out? Because they feel they are superior over us. And I told the restoration fighters that. They feel they are superior over us. For the priests that were arrested, I don't even know why they didn't release them. These are times whereby we need to start holding La République. When we arrest a Dio or we arrest anybody, even if we have to dig holes, even if they have to die in the bush, make them die for bush. La République feel now, all we are big people, they're there for jail now. All we are big people. Now, what I see, one of the fighters who I like for this revolution, we the act. After no pity. Now, this guy from Dian, 10 kobo. Since that people don't want to say 10 kobo arrest them, where he act say make the exchange like the public do now. You don't hear that. You don't move someone for jail. You don't hear it. Since that delegates them, that 6 delegates them, where you hear 10 kobo arrest them from Dian, he tell the Republic say I want exchange that these people with Seseko them. You don't hear some one day 10 kobo arrest some person. War, where you fight war, na psychology, na dominance. Where you fight war. Nobody teach what you do for diaspora. Now I was very, very frank when the election will happen, and I told Chris Anum then, I said, this is not the best time for you to come in. But me, I follow people the action, and I get plenty questions the way they hang on top Chris. I not go ask and I not go talk nothing, but I don't already point some to them. And me, the one thing where I know from all investigations and from everything where me I not be some common person. My family, my grandpapa was a politician. And I'm not just if you look me up, you don't tell some of the revolution, say, if not for this revolution, I could be the paramount chief of Victoria. Not say, if not for this revolution, if not for me involving in this thing, I should have been the paramount chief of Victoria now because it was the right time for my family. And I'm the only son of my family to take it. I should have been. So when I talk, don't just think I got a name prince from somewhere. No. I speak sometimes, I speak the minds of the spirits. But most of you underlook it. I told Chris Anum that. I said, this is not the right time. He said, no, Marietta, no fee raise money. He go raise money. Now, tell Chris Anum to come and raise money now. Let's be real. But when we talk the truth, they say, tell Chris Anum to come and put a front drive. And let's see who they will give. Let's see how many Ambazonians will give. But the bad thing about you all is you don't understand that you need all 5 fingers for a hand to be active. You need all, if one of these fingers in your hand is not active, that means this palm is almost dead. Marietta needs Chris Anum. Chris Anum needs Marietta. I've said it before. I said, after what we experienced under Sako, we should be, when we came to the recalibration, we should be a point of unity. But people were so money-minded and so political, and that's what destroyed diaspora. That's it. I said, I told Chris Anum, you have a voice. He had a voice in this revolution, which he did not need to be a president or whatever to help Marietta to fill up the gaps Sako had put in this revolution. The first one was in Kondengi. The first one. And if he did that, he would have been the best position to be able to stand for president after the unity. But I don't know who went and told him like, oh, you must be president before you unite people. I don't know who went and told him, now he's president now. Tell him to come and raise the money. Can you raise money without unity? No. It's now where I see that the force for go drag people, Sikod Youthsin, the one come with Mark Barata for ABS TV. That's sham. That's sham. Any educated person, any learned person will look at it and say, this is child's play. You show people your actions before you see their motives. You don't go and show people you already show the action. They want to show them what you're motivated in doing. No, you should have showed them what is motivated in his mind. And I told him before, I told the Restoration Council, I said, the fact that you see FACO is not ready, is not recalibrated to do election, shows you the people are still divided. The fact that Mbui is not recalibrated to do election, it shows you the people are not united. The fact that don't go ahead with this election, and me, I'm very easy to read La Republique kind of language. I don't want to call people La Republique. Me, look, I have my way, and the one thing I've known, the one thing I got from the people who advised me is, these are the steps of La Republique. Number one, La Republique will always fight for AMBAZONIA to be divided. And that was the first advice I got from one of my great father who was part of that government. He told me, watch any spirit of division that you see people start springing up, anyone. He said, be very careful, because once the people are divided, they can never come to a one conclusive decision. And this is my point I've always been. And I've told you all that. I gave you guys example. I said, if you look from the day we were with Bala and Pata Sang when this revolution started in 2016, La Republique strikes whenever we struggle to unite. I've said it from day one. I said, La Republique strikes to always when we struggle to unite. I gave you the incident of Bala when they were united under the consortium, the bike riders, the trade, and everything. La Republique banned the consortium. When Seseko came back to Nigeria, struggled to unite everything, bring the pieces back, La Republique arranged for a treaty with Nigeria to extradite Seseko from Nigeria and bring him back. I said the same thing. When Seseko went away and we struggled to unite, you could see the role of Sako. Sako was just going everywhere, scattering things, told us that he wants to carry investigation from Naira 10. Till today, there has not been no investigation this thing brought out. There have not been. If Sako wanted to unite AMBAZONIA, all those that were excommunicated under Naira 10, this is how many years? 3 years Seseko has been in jail now. We should have heard from one organ that, oh, we carried investigation here. And under this period, which these people has been that he took away, they are part of AMBAZONIA. They worked in the government. They knew certain things about Seseko. All the Milen Atem, the Milton Ataka, and the others, the Derek New and the others, the Gili, they worked in this revolution. No matter what we name them, but if an investigation, if you don't bring out certain truth, you cannot just generally call them La Republique. We have not heard that up to today. The same thing they did with FACO. The same thing, AMBAZONIA was half-half. Then you, as a communication secretary under SACO, your secretary Chris, you saw all this. You come under Marietta. It has not been 6 months. You knew very well that these things are in pieces. And if you want to be a leader, you have to gather this thing. You came again without even the LGSB reconstructed. Then you say, want to be a leader. How? And then when I talk, you hear some people go and say, oh, Prince Jeka is this, Prince Jeka is that. Look, my brother, the one thing I will be in life is nobody will use me. Yeah, nobody. And that's why I said it. If Watana Wata has to raise any money ever, I will not support nobody in the diaspora. I've put my stance, and I'm very clear on that. Marietta is not a full president. Marietta is an interim president. And she was put in place when Sako was impeached and removed. When Sako was impeached, now when you're impeached and removed, it's for the good of the revolution. Now, those who come in at that period, even if the whole house is not there, even all counties do not come to impeach you. But for the fact that the grounds of impeachment validates your wrongdoing, then whoever they put in that position stand. Some people come and ask this question, that Prince, is it not the same people that put Marietta? No. Marietta was put in place by people who impeached. Now, what was the condition of the impeachment? That before election takes place, the house has to be reconstructed back. That's what we said. They said before election has to take place, I mean in the next 6 months, the county and LGS have to be reconstructed. Now, were they reconstructed? No. Was there unity? No. Was the division which Sako put in place, the former, did you solve it? No. Then now my question is, why did the Restoration Council push for an election? Is it to further divide Ambazonians? Because they knew very well. That's why I say in the revolution, me, I watch people's action, and that's division. The same thing like Sako did. That's why you see, and the one thing about it is, when La Republic sees you, or when you, me, I don't want to call names. I don't want to call names. But I'll tell you, Ambazonian, the best people to keep this revolution alive is the restoration fighters. If there's anybody in the diaspora that says he wants to do this, tell him to you gather your money, you send it to the ground. If anybody wants to be a leader in the diaspora, give that person a task. I've said it. Give that person a task to carry. Number one, we have been 5 years in this revolution. We don't have no material. No material. No good logistics. People value leadership position. Now, give them the task to carry. The restoration fighters which are on the ground, which you all say they are very stupid, you don't give them positions. You say, no, nobody can hold position on the ground. They are the one carrying all the task. They work for bush for 7 days for go find material for ground one. But you know they call them. You know they call them, say, no this. They make sure say ghost town be maintained. Even now, when I know they give them no 100, they still struggle for ground for see how they go gather their money small, for still buy granite for fight for their brother, their hate. You there for diaspora, you sleep some man there for inside bedroom. You never been able for go work, go for your own parliamentarian, or for go meet us some person for arrange some logistics. Say me some one stick. Me one stick didn't come for AMBAZONIA every 1 week. Nobody never feed one for 5 years. Then you want me, Prince Jake, an activist, to come and sit, and then you want me to come and sit and applaud that person. If somebody has to lead this revolution from the diaspora, if somebody has to, the person has to do it with a tax from henceforth. Because those who are in jail, who are leaders in this revolution, they are paying tax with their freedom. They are paying the ultimate price of their freedom, and they're in jail. We cannot call you a leader while you sleep in your room. And you want, show us first that you can lead. Bring us things. The fighters on the ground, they need granite. They need popcorn. Yeah. Now, for Marietta is a caretaker. She's a woman. She's a caretaker in this revolution. Before anybody takes over Marietta, we have men now. We have men. Let us stand to the task. Don't come and say you want to lead, you want to do this. And then I was so pissed off with the Restoration Council. They went and they said to be a president, you pay $2,000. $2,000, is it equivalent to even transport 1 AK from ground 1 to ground 0? Is it? So Ambazonians, let me just round up this. I really wanted us to talk. Yeah, I know my video, I will check it. They just opened this page, so I just said let me come and talk to you. The page was just opened 1 hour ago. And I did this live show because I heard Paul Nilong say the voice of your ancestor or whatever. And I said, I'm not like them. I'm not like them. I'm not like those who have soiled their hands. Marietta stands as the only credible voice in this revolution. Yeah. And she's the one that can unite the revolution. Yeah. Nobody. We don't know who voted Chris Ano. We don't know the list. We don't know the people. The LGs and the county were not fully structured. As of now, we need to unite AMBAZONIA. I think that's what the Restoration Council should do. The Restoration Council should first go and annul whatever they have done, struggle to unite everybody back. Yeah. And I'll tell you all, Southern Cameroonians in the diaspora, I've already told ground one, the fighters in ground 0, they don't already get their chain of command. The fighters in ground 0, they don't already get their chain of command. Yeah, they don't get their chain of command. And I go advise all una make una support the fighters on the ground. I say Marietta is a caretaker because she was put in there after the impeachment of Sako, and which I believe majority of the House, we all supported the impeachment of Sako. Now, Chris Anum is not the president because the House is not united to vote a president. That's it. Chris Anum is not the president because the House is not united. If the House is, if you want to put a president, everybody has to be represented too. And I see that now like a distraction. Yeah, it's a pure distraction to our restoration movement. We have our people languishing in jail. You see La Republic, they run for all sides because they believe say they already divide diaspora. And when diaspora be divided, it weaken anybody for contributing money. It weaken everybody. But I thank God say the fighters for the ground, I'd already give them my own advice. La Republic, no, the game, the thing what La Republic already do for diaspora, it don't weaken all man for diaspora for not giving 100 again. No, because I know be the talk say now when I see me, I don't think I've said it here. Remember me. The game of politics is not spoken, it's not made for people to talk. Any man will collect the money, the only can play own partner for destroy. Any man will take his own thing, the camp. Just remember me, I don't call people their name. Revolution. I still remember when I say that girl Ada, where he called from Canada, he tell when I say after their revolution, people became very rich. People like we were among the past, sometimes we will money no go pass for your hand. But even if it comes, if I don't need them, because of dinero, plenty they don't come. But I want to talk say, make you hear language for everybody. The one thing where they be very good for sin and for divide. If you watch that list for that chiefdom, you see how many chiefdom they make inside Fako. Now for help divide Fako. The only inside Victoria, they get more than 13 new chiefdom the way they come. I don't think the restriction fighter, they made they find other people with their name, they made they pick all them. All that fake chiefdom, so we already get the list. Made they pick all them immediately. All that fake chief, the way they put their names for inside Fako, restriction fighters for Fako, una find their whereabouts. Now, the Republic, black legs and that, una find their whereabouts, una pick all them. Made the shit on for bush for at least 7 months. Put them for under bush, make mosquito bite them well. All that fake chief of Fako, I already get the list. I gave for Senam. For that restoration fighter them. All that fake chiefs the way they come for Fako, una find them as fast as possible. Una disappear them all. Make the shit on for bush for at least 6 months. Make mosquito bite them. Make they feel pain. Now people in the Republic, they help them. Can't divide we. If you look the strategy now for divide, they don't already do them, They don't already do them fine for diaspora. Diaspora as I see tell now, Sako be the do world draft, be the see money be the can no. Somebody say you are supporting Marietta and dismissing the idea of a president. Marietta is not a president. Marietta is an interim. Interim person is like a facilitator. You think say Sako be the interim? Why are you contradicting? You are the one contradicting yourself. Sako was interim president while Seseku was still in jail. Now only when Seseku be banned, be demolished interim government, where the Restoration Council makes Sako full president. And even when Sako be the interim, Seseku, Chris Anum for meeting will be there with activists. Chris Anum tells Seseku for meeting, say, may Sako just be interim. When may do the things and then when Seseku come out, they go give Seseku full president. So you don't contradict yourself, please. Don't. Please don't contradict yourself. There's a clear difference between interim. Interim, that means you're just holding the leadership for those in jail. You're just maintaining it. And that's what Marietta is. Marietta is not a full president. Because as of now, we don't see no threat in the interim government. Marietta is just there standing for those in jail. And if you like those in the diaspora, if you like, you want to go to Poland, but Marietta doesn't have no bad face with nobody in this revolution. She doesn't. Beat with Sako, she speaks the truth just like as I am. She only stands against the interest of people. Marietta doesn't have a problem with Secretary Chris. No. If Secretary Chris has a problem, it's because a female died. I know the story is very, very well. Nobody can confuse me. Fimasha died, and Marietta asked that an investigation should be done. Even when the family confirmed that Fimasha was dead, Marietta said she did not believe Fimasha is gone. It's the government's view. It's a view. You don't force a view. That's where problem started between Chris and Marietta or whatever. And since then, the interim government has not said an official word on Fimasha's death because they're still carrying out their investigation. And I pray they should come and say it when they feel like to confirm. But I believe when the family said Field Marshal was dead, I think they sent their condolence. I'm not sure about that, but I'll find out. So let's get this clear. Me, I know all the stories about this restoration movement. All. I know. And now, the greatest part we need to focus is ground zero. Is ground zero. Is ground zero. I hear Sako calling some few letters that, Fako raised 88,000. Fako raised 88,000. What have they done? Then you hear the restoration fighters in Fako say they are part of APLM. Let's stop confusing ourselves, Namasa. Let's stop confusing these young boys. Let's stop it. The good diaspora can do is, and I already said to the restoration fighter. I already said to the restoration fighters that, one, let them look for their representative in the diaspora to start gathering their money and sending to them to fight. That's the only thing that can do. And I have to make sure I talk to them again today. Make them find people where they go represent them for diaspora for collect their money for this buy, maybe they buy that granite. Diaspora go give them. But for diaspora, for give some money for some person for diaspora, they no go get. We don't see mafia plenty. People don't reach for the revolution. By the way, they collect them for La Republic and the way they collect them for AMBAZONIA. People don't reach. People don't reach. So the thing where and I'm very happy the boys on the ground are listening to it. Even in the name of even me, Prince Jeka, if they like they listen to my dear or not, but I don't tell them. Now they hold this revolution now because if it has to be only diaspora, this revolution don't die. Many people in the diaspora, they don't even feel like for say they do any support. If not be say that the boys them for the ground. If not be saying at them. And I don't tell them if they know any place where they feel be able to sell any material for liberate AMBAZONIA, make the sell them. If they know any people they feel do deal for extracting for AMBAZONIA, make they give them their AK-47 for fight, make them do and make them know they capitalize on diaspora. If they feel work up from ground one or from ground zero, go ground one, go fight AK, then they feel arrange deal for sell to where they want to sell the fight. I beg, forget about Sako. Forget about Sako. It's just that some of you don't know many things on the back. Forget about Sako. Forget about Sako. I don't want to go to Sako matter. Let's leave this. I'm just the kind of can't talk for Una. And for tell Una say, my support, I see Marietta as a caretaker, but my support is for ground. I support me na fighters them now. If we raise anything, all the money to go na for ground. And the thing that we the young ones are going to do. We know they say support call any person for diaspora as a president. President for the revolution, they for jail. Yes. We see we don't know all the politics that could be doing for talk about Seseko. We know it all. That for further divide the revolution. The leader for the revolution, they for jail. That's Seseko. Marietta na the caretaker. Yes. All that nonsense will be played under Sako and Tawe Chris and the communication secretary. Look, we don't already know we don't already unveil all those things. I will come from other live show can talk. The leader for this revolution, the person where they carry the pain. My ancestors go vex with me. If I can't talk, say I support some person. I believe in the Restoration Council for United Revolution. Then it confirm them. But the Restoration Council, I don't say I say they are people of interest. Those few people that be put on their head. Because they know very well, say and those in jail, they pay price for this revolution. Yeah, they know very, very well. The leaders for the revolution, now those the way they in jail. I'll still tell you today and tomorrow, anytime. Anybody for diaspora where they talk, forget. Marietta na caretaker, and it is her duty to go and unite those in jail and hear from them. And let them guide her on advice on how to push this revolution ahead. It is her duty. It is a must, she must do it. It is a must for she to do it, to go and meet those back in jail, listen to them, take advice from them, come back and meet the few she trusts and work with them and see how to push the revolution ahead. All these others, anything we concern Sako, be the under Sako, move them. I'll still tell you from today, anything with the under Sako, move them. It has not helped the revolution no way. Sako has raised more than 2 million now, more than 3 million. You only in a story. Look, you're wasting your time. We don't need diaspora to listen to. Diaspora, they are not important in any restoration movement. We know the final for liberate Germany, Brown Dick. We know the final for liberate Germany. We know the final for liberate America. We fight for liberate at ground zero. And the people where they get for liberate with, they already there for ground. The Naira 10 day, Abdul Karim and all the others, they day for day. The people they get for liberate this revolution, the real fighters, they already there for prison. All that one and also what they do for diaspora. I don't tell Sako, say you no go ever risk anything. They think they can't lie about figures, say what draft this, what draft that, what that. Would it take them, AMBAZONIA go hold you accountable for all that figure where they put and where they fake them. Maybe na real money, but so long as you know the show for ground, na zero. So anything we done that Sako, it was just a plotted way to divide the revolution. It was just it. We just saw it all. They were just people of interest who wanted their interest to be fulfilled. Yeah. Everything, because nothing has been, no clear evidence has been given for those in jail. If no clear evidence, nothing. Yeah. And I said it before. I said once Sako failed, the next thing I'm going back to Siseko. That was my point. I said it very clear. I said once Sako failed, once I went, I'm somebody which I follow people. Once I watched the system of Sako, and the day Marietta took in, if you go ask those who came, even those who work on that word supporting Chris, I told them that the first thing Marietta should do is to unite those in jail back and listen from them, give them advice, because we have everything in jail. We don't have nothing in the diaspora. The people who made this restoration, this modern day restoration movement start are in jail. Barrister Yambe led the lawyers, Pata Sang led the teachers, the others, Barrister Shufai and the others are in jail. They're the ones who pushed this revolution. They're the ones who started it in 2016. So why should I come and support somebody and call somebody president who did not even know how the revolution started? I tried it under Sako, Watana, we raised money and we ended up in a gallop. We ended up people sitting in their bedrooms in America deciding for fate of people who are paying the price in jail. That's an abomination to my ancestors. That's an abomination. That's an abomination. You go, they sit there, hold their meeting, decide the nonsense to come and tell AMBAZONIA, no investigation, no credible evidence. Say, hey, Seseku doesn't pick my call. Seseku doesn't do that. Hey, this one don't do this. This one don't do that. At the end of the day, we don't see the revolution going ahead. The people who used to put the revolution to go ahead are in jail, and you come out here, you're just giving us shram, and people are just listening and saying, yes, yes. No, that's stupidity. Instead, we have to go back to those who are pushing the revolution. Since they left, the revolution has just been there, apart from the ground zero fighters who have grown up with techniques to fight. I'll be back here. So tell them that the voice of your ancestors has not gone. I will redirect the revolution back. And I pray the caretaker, interim president Marietta listens. She should go back. When she goes back to that jail, I've said it. Somebody says Siseko has his vice president. Whatever Siseko did was out of frustration of Sako. Do you know what it means to be in jail? And then some person did lie, and then all with that time be the belief, even me, Prince Jeka. Because we want the good for the revolution. We not say Sako go bring me out credible things. Or Siseko be the disturb, we lose Siseko say Siseko be a disturbance. But we don't say Sako be the one doing their own way. All that, all what you see Siseko create, not be made even a Capo Daniel and the others, whatever. Let me tell you, my brothers, so long as we are divided, the enemy will penetrate more to use people to divide us. Look, for life, my mommy tell me, say, when house broke, you know, they go look now for the play where the house broke. You go look now for what it caused that house to broke. When house collapse. Now, when we get problem for revolution, go fight now for which side that problem starts. Then for there you go get the answer. If you come on go fight now for, say, a pillar for or house don't broke, you say me you go put on a roof, then you go fail. Who side this problem where would they where it start? It start now when Siseko go jail. So how we get for solve the problem? We get for go back to when Siseko go jail. And the Naira 10 for they get for go back. Diaspora don't help for divide Pata Sang from Siseko. Scatter them. If you look whatever be they happen. All in the name say will be defeated distraction they camp. Even we activists were so blinded. Even for jail, diaspora, Sako make and where Pata Sang stop the talk for Siseko. There were many things where diaspora don't do this revolution. There was so much where some of you don't even know. But if they have to feel this revolution back, we need to go back. Now the way that will go destroy anything where like Republic don't plant for diaspora. Now the way that for destroy anything where the Republic don't plant for diaspora, now to go back where this problem started. Where they because before we SSC couldn't pick up, the revolution was intact, was in one bundle. Immediately SSC was picked up, boom, the Republic blow starts. All their cards where they don't put in place, it start develop. All their cards where they don't put in place. Now wait till my ancestors teach me. Now say when problems start for solve them, you go back for that place where the problem starts. Yeah, we go back. Don't feel sorry. The one thing about we, might tell us something. The one thing where they kill Ambazonians that say they don't like people where they're humble. They don't like people who when they stand out, they look, say something don't be wrong, they correct them. I will say to most of you, don't passion. At the point where whatever be happen at that time, where you be I believe say you yourself, you be go back to Sisekwa, you be support whatever. At that point, we had every activist or we all in the revolution, we wanted this revolution to be guided. Even you, it will take you long time for no say wait it's Sako or whatever be happen within a sham. It will take and you I know wait to make you go back for Seseko because you be asked some favor for Sako, they not be give you and you be get turned back to Seseko. Me, I know those stories well. Now, one thing about we is when you see we will try to bring out a reasoning, let's learn to support ourselves. No, it's not about you need to still do, it's not about a mockery. You know why many people they go away from this revolution? Because when they turn out to correct something where they feel say don't be wrong, someone is saying like a source of pride. That's the one thing where the key our revolution. You need to be happy, say, at a point in the revolution, I'm standing out truthfully to redirect a revolution at a particular point where you know say it go give Ambazonian the distinct. You know, there will be like something say, oh, you must do. You know how many times I don't apologize for this revolution, but which time you never openly apologize, say there were certain things you did was wrong. That's the thing we claim. That's what I was saying before, that most of us derive ourselves, see ourselves to be too proud. You don't put Ambazonian first. And that's the thing I've known. Even where I am, I don't mix with, I have only 4 people I mix with. I don't want to catch nobody from Cameroon. I fight for this revolution, but where I stay, no, I don't even stay where blacks stay. I don't live where Africans stay. Because their mentality is full of pride. Dirty pride that doesn't even matter. But whereas you need to look on what your brother is doing and support it. No. But anything that concerns Africa is pride. Pride over nothing. We don't do nothing. If you count in this revolution how many times I've apologized, you will not even think about it. How many times I've been a one to put down myself to be a source of unity, you will not even think about it. But when others have to do that, no, they see themselves to be too big. But you think that we are big more than the blood of those who are dying on the ground? Singing Seseku every day is not a point of weakness. Singing Seseku every day and telling you we did an error and we have to go back is a point of the voice of the ancestors which has to sink into your head. If you think like me telling you every day that we failed from this point, then you're mistaken. Many people have chosen that they will die with their failure. But I will never die with my failure because I'm young. And every mistake I do today, it will hold me back in the next 20 years, 30 years. I will still be here. For those who stand with wherever they are, they have chosen that they know that any day they can go. But we are young. That's why you see, we still go back to it. Yeah, we still go back to it. Ayo can never be history. And let me tell you the main thing why I, Prince, did not support Seseku from jail. And I'm not still supporting Seseku from jail. I'm just saying they have to lead. I'm not saying like he can lead from jail. No. Marietta will talk to them. He will do what he has to do. Still listening to them. He can give advice. He can propose. I've always said that because him, the Seseku, said no one can rule from jail. Even under Bala did not rule from jail. There are certain points about me that it doesn't change despite I want the revolution to succeed. Which there were revolutionary points which were laid down before any of them went to jail. My point of saying we are going back to Seseku, it doesn't mean that I'm saying Seseku should start leading from jail. No. If you are getting that, please think twice. Because I still have the video of which Seseku said no one can rule from jail. Yeah. I still have that. The same role we wanted Sako to play when Siseko went to jail is the same role we want Marietta to play now, because we see that those under Sako, whatever, are for their interest. That's just simple what I'm saying in one sentence. The role we wanted Sako to play when we discovered Siseko was in jail is the role we want Marietta to play now, because we find out those under Sako are of their interest. I believe I've just put it in one sentence, so you get me very clear. We wanted Sako when we were looking for where was Siseko, and we're hearing they were in Jamena, they were here, they were this, and then we came out here, they were out, they're out, and then we started hearing stories, this and that, and that, and that. The role we wanted Sako to play there, which Sako saw that Siseko was a threat to his power, or whatever, is the role we want Marietta to play now to solidify this restoration movement. I hope you don't understand me. Man, not even anak myself. Who support base are you talking? Who support base? Bring your support base now, make it come. Who support base? Now the money we AMBAZONIA don't contribute for Sako, now you can't talk say support base. Brown D. Which support base are you talking about? Those in Konding and Ground Zero are enough to give Marietta any support base. Which support base? Let me leave you all for now. Let me leave you all. Yeah. Let me leave you all. I believe we have had a small chat. But the main, and get me, I'm very serious to you all. We need to go back and fix it where the problem started. Yeah. And where did the problem started? We have to go back when we discovered Siseko when they were in Kondingi. I believe Marietta can do that. For Sako and his people, even Chris Anum and his people under him, they cannot do that. The only person who has that mother tongue to do it is a woman. And that's why I said it. That's why I said it before. I said if Chris Anum was wise, he would have been a very good leader after he joins Marietta to unite the revolution. But he wasn't smart enough to see the picture. And if that was a joker carry, he has lost it. And I told him, a female voice is a voice of unity. A female voice is a voice of unity. I said it that the way Sako used Chris Anum as a communication secretary, it makes Chris Anum that he cannot stand to many people to talk to. Yeah, he cannot stand to talk about unity. A woman is very good to unite people. You can bring up your point views in whatever. Go even to your own home. Between your mother and dad, in a family, who is good in bringing people together? That's why I say most of you, when you come to revolution, you throw your brains aside. When you come to AMBAZONIA, when you go to your homes, you pick good attitudes. Even in your own house, when there is problem in the house, between your mom and your dad, who is good in uniting the family to solve a problem? Let's be real. Some of you have good manners in your home, you have good rules in your home. When you come to the revolution, it's the same thing with some of them in the diaspora in your countries. In your countries, you have good leadership. When you come to AMBAZONIA, you come and turn everything outside. Take La Republique, go La Republique, give una money, una canton. It's so bad. We all know that a woman is very, very important in the process of unity when you want unity. And you all know that Marietta could do that. Marietta has no problem. But now if you ask you that, why are you refusing for Marietta? You know very well, say, the role where Chris Anum play under Sako, Chris Anum not unite this revolution. And what they look most of when I say the power get for it go back for ground zero. You know, say the role where Chris Anum play for under Sako, many people. Anyway, let me leave most of you now. You can go on with your mindset, but we are moving forward. See you guys later. We'll talk again. It was nice being long and I've not been here, and we had this short discussion. The revolution will continue. It will not stop. And power to ground zero. Ground zero fighters, 21 gun salute for your steadfast. Great job to the fighter in Du that took off the brigadier commander there. Yeah, great job. Great job. Great job to the fighter. Great job to FM No PT. I saw that I got the information of the job you did. Great job. You guys in ground zero, keep it up. Keep it up. 21 gun salute to you all. Stay focused. The war is in your hands. The war is in your hands. Keep on fighting. Forget about diaspora for now. Those you have to liberate are not in diaspora. They are those in jail. So 21 gun salute to you all and stay strong. Yeah. God bless you.